if you were really stressing out of your portfolio down here and really concerned about the markets and just wanted to get out of the markets, and we were kind of warning you, like, be careful with that, because that's that emotional starting to weigh in on you. This rally has been a very good rally now to start rebalancing some risk. All right, let's talk about what you need to know before the bell. Yesterday, markets rallied a good bit in the afternoon. We kind of started off weak in the morning, turned around early morning, and then we saw some buying coming in. This has really kind of been the stint of the market over the last really kind of a week or so, is that we consistently see buyers coming into the markets, particularly late in the afternoon. Importantly, what as we kind of been talking about the last kind of 2 days, is that we broke above this kind of that previous resistance line that we had of that double bottom just prior to the tariff announcement. So we broke above that yesterday. That's bullish. This morning, markets are going to open a little bit weak. Not surprising. We've had 6 straight days in a row of advances. That's a pretty long stretch for the markets to run just consecutively higher every single day. 6 days is a pretty long run. So we're probably going to see a little bit of weakness maybe today. But again, looking for a bit of buying later this afternoon. Maybe markets close kind of close to flat. That would be helpful. But again, we're about to run right into the 50-day moving average, and then of course we've got the 200-day moving average right above that. So the markets have had a so we've had this this near 20% decline. Peak to trough is about 19.2%. We've had about a 50% retracement of that so far. So again, the markets have done a good bit of recovery work here. We're running into that initial resistance, and as we've talked about, if you were really stressing out of your portfolio down here and really concerned about the markets and just wanted to get out of the markets, and we were kind of warning you, like, be careful with that, because that's that emotional starting to weigh in on you. This rally has been a very good rally now to start rebalancing some risk. So again, as we talked about, use this now. Use this rally here. We talked about neighborhoods and addresses before. Don't look for a specific number, a specific address for the markets. We're in the neighborhood of targets. And again, it's like, well, if as soon as I get back to the 50-day moving average, I'll sell something. No, sell today. Right? We're close enough. Sell some today. Doesn't mean sell everything. Doesn't mean go to 100% cash. But take some profits, raise a little bit of cash if you haven't done so already. We've been doing that work, during there's the last kind of phase of the rally over the last few days. But again, take a little bit of action here. Rebalance that risk, lower your volatility exposure. This correctional process is most likely not done yet. Would not be surprised at all to see this market come back down and then start to kind of work in a zigzag pattern to move itself higher. So then you can use, if you raise a little bit of cash here and have some opportunistic funds to work with on these subsequent declines for whatever reason that they come along, whether it's weak economics, more concern from over tariffs, whatever it is, you'll have some money to basically add back into the markets at lower prices and continue to rebuild your portfolio back to where you want to be. The other side is paying attention to interest rates. Interest rates heading back down to 4%. Looks like most of that kind of bond scare that we had in the markets has now kind of been resolved. This was that basis trade that we had talked about, and that looks like it has come back, has passed, and markets are now stabilizing. And with oil prices falling, we've now got yields coming down. Just triggered a sell signal, which suggests lower yields here to come in the near future. So again, kind of looking like markets are now kind of getting back to normal. That's what you need to know before the bell this morning.